Hey, what's going on? It's Marshall. Welcome back to the Bids and Offers YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to go over the trade that I took today to net about 18 points of profit on just under 4 points of risk. I'm going to show you exactly what I found on the order flow to help me take that trade. And I'm also going to show you guys this full screen recording of the full session of the two trades that I took before that one that didn't work out. And I'm going to show you why win rate is not as important as your risk to reward ratios, and how you can even have a 33% win rate like I did today and still come out 9 points or $450 in the green. Before I get into the video, make sure that you're following me on my Instagram at Bids and Offers. I post stories on here every day of the trades that I'm taking, what I'm thinking in real time. I post recaps. I post all kinds of value on here. Just make sure you're following this page. Anyway, let's jump right into this video. So I have this recording of today's session. Before I hit play on this recording, I want to show the overview of today's session. So far off the open, every pop-up had been sold beneath the 600s, and the pops were actually getting lower. I missed a really good short opportunity right in here and also right in here, and I was kind of frustrated that I had missed those opportunities. And I put this trade on here around these 63s because I noticed that this market was having a hard time holding above this very large negative delta that was sitting right here at 65. So that number right there represents a very large batch of selling that came into a bid on this last move down. And now that the market is beneath it, I'm seeing signs in the order flow that buyers are struggling to hold the market above that level, and there's aggressive sellers. I get short right here, and I have my stop up above this high, basically my invalidation point, saying I'm wrong on the trade if the buyers are able to pop this thing up. And what happens is the market does actually pop up to my stop loss. I get hit right there at 68, and that's a 5-point stop, so a little bit wider than usual. The volatility today was pretty good, so the price ranges were a little bit larger. And you notice that shortly after, this market starts to rally all the way up, and it rejects at 70, where this big offer gets filled. 600 buyers that get trapped into that offer at 70. This is where the market started to take a turn south, and it basically accelerated all the way back down to the area where I wanted to initially get out of this short at the low of day to the 50s and then the upper 40s. It's just frustrating about the way this trade worked out, but you can see that I was positioned a little bit awkwardly there. I got stopped on that, and then it ran all the way down to my target. That was the first trade of the day, basically playing a delta break and retest right here of the 65s where these previous lows were, where there's a lot of selling. On the move back through, buyers were resisting, and they were eventually able to just pop it up a little bit, stop me out, and then the market dropped. So let's get into the next trade that I took. This is a delta break and retest trade of 65.60, just 5 points lower than that previous delta that happened earlier. Having seen this double bottom come in and some very aggressive buying, pushing this market up quite nicely all the way back to the 60s, I saw this big offer get filled right here for 1,200 contracts. And I'm going to fast forward this 2 times speed. You notice how this market is resisting moves to the downside right there. I'm going to play this back for you one more time so you can watch this offer get filled right there. You see offer filled. Now the market is resisting getting beneath that level. It's actually holding above on some decent buying. I get an awful fill on this. I get filled at the 63s. I hit the button at like the 61s, but the market just popped up super quick here. You can see that on the book map, that really sharp jolt up, and I get filled a little bit late. So now my stop is kind of skewed, and I really don't want to risk any more than 4 or 4.5 points on this trade. So I put my stop in just a sec here, and it's right there at the 59s. And the market just kind of tries to rally up, but it can't sustain above that delta, and I do end up getting stopped out. And it's just kind of frustrating because this trade also had the right idea with the buyers getting paid on the move, but I was just not positioned that well, and arguably I should have been leaning more on my short bias anyway, just because this market was rejecting that 65 level, and I could have gone break even on that trade quickly, having taken that trade 5 points beneath where I got short previously right in here. The star of the show here is the final trade that I took today, which is where I got long 66.01 and I got out of the market at 66.19. This was a high of day, 6600 key level, low volume node, pre-market high, break and retest, all right? And there were 0 prints that formed on the move up through that level at 6600. So I'm going to show you what this looks like right here where I got long. Right in this area, we're rallying up quite aggressively, and the buyers are actually able to trade this market above 6,600. I'm going to fast forward this 2 times speed, and you're going to watch the market pull back into 6600 here where this large buying effort is, where these zero prints are on this very quick explosive move through the 99s. And you're going to see that this market has a struggle breaking back beneath these zero prints here at these 99s. This is the first pullback. Here's the pre-market high, as you can see on my 30-minute chart, lying at 99. Here's the high of day at 96, and the market pushed up aggressively through that and is now having a struggle get beneath the 99. On this second pullback right here, seeing that second attempt by the sellers fail to hold the market beneath those 99s is where I got in the market long at the 01s. I put my stop initially at the 97.5s, and then I actually do end up moving my stop just a little bit down, one more point, to account for the volatility today and also account for the bids that we're reloading in the market at the 98s and 97s. This is where I move my stop right here. As you can see, I almost got hit right there. My stop was kind of close and not in the perfect invalidation point unless it was below the 97s. The fact that I kept my stop down in the 96s is a good invalidation point, saying I'm wrong on the trade if this market comes back beneath this pre-market high. After a little while, the buyers are able to pop this thing back up, and as they come in just a second with very explosive volume, they rally this thing right up above this previous high in here at these 08s, and the market starts absolutely ripping up towards my target at the 20s. The reason I'm targeting the 6620s is because that's just a couple points higher than this previous high that has yet to be taken out, and that's just a whole number. It will allow me to pay for my stops and have a decent profit at the end of the day. I'll fast forward this a little bit more. A big offer gets filled at the 6610s. I go break even right here because I'm already up 10 points on the trade, halfway to my target. That's standard operating procedure for me. I always go break even when I'm about a third of the way or half of the way to my target. This thing does wiggle around for a little while until it starts to rip again through these 13s. And then when it does, it has very good explosion to the upside towards these 6620s. Every single offer gets lifted and this market just aggressively pushes all the way up. Something that I want to talk about here is my exit strategy on this. I'm going to go 2 times speed. You're going to watch this market push up into the 20s and almost hit my limit here at 20.5. But something that I saw was aggressive selling come in as soon as that rejected right there. You can watch this book map here, and there's some good selling that starts to come into the market. And this is where I close my trade out at the 19s on fear that my target might not get hit by a couple ticks. This is just an active exit, and this is something I've been doing recently to just maximize my ability to get out of the trade. Sometimes my limits really just don't get hit, and I have to exit the trade with the close button. That's what I did there for 19 points of profit. I finished the day up about 2.5 R, or about 9 points. I'm very happy with this trade. I hope that you guys took something away from this video. I wanted to show you my full session, the entire thought process, and all of the order flow confirmations that I used. If you want to join the live trading room, the link to do that is in the description of the video, and the order flow trading guide is dropping ASAP. Join the waitlist right now by clicking that link in the description of the video as well. This platform that I use on the right side of my screen here is called Bookmap. This is an incredible platform that I use every single day to help get myself in and out of positions using the market tape and the order book. It's an awesome tool to help visualize the auction of the market. If you want 20% off that platform, just make sure that you check out with that link to get the discount. I have a couple slots open for private meetings, people who want to go in depth on their trades and get feedback. If you have things in your trading that you want to work on, definitely reach out to me in my messages on Instagram at Bids and Offers, and we'll see what the right fit is for you. Thank you for watching the video fully. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram. Always trade with a plan and always have data backing up your thesis. Have a great day. Peace out.